Yes, people, we are back. Well, some of us are back. Some of people's timekeeping is clearly not as good as us for us. LB should be on. Pete should be on in a bit. To be fair, he did say he's going to be a bit late. And Maz should be on. No Errol tonight to talk about Darwin Nunez, last minute, 950th minute winner, because it's too early for him with the little one. But we'll discuss it. I can't believe that Paul Tierney is been told that he can go and do the VAR for Arsenal against Brentford. That's very nice, you know. You're banned this weekend, but you can do the VAR against Arsenal. Make sure you get it wrong, please.
I wouldn't want him near
very
an under 11 football game. I wouldn't want him anywhere near a Sunday League game. Absolutely.
Guys, absolute shambles, but there we go. Big up to Billy. Billy, how was your holiday, man? I haven't seen you for ages.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? But no, the holiday was lovely, thank you. Really, really nice time. Yeah, back to reality now. But not just yet.
Yeah,
Trip to Amsterdam first.
Did you do any excursions, Billy?
Yeah, did a few actually.
No, you've been everywhere, man. You've been everywhere.
Yeah, too many to name, really.
Fair play to you, man. Lawless, how are you, mate?
Good. Listen, talk about back to reality. We're all back to reality now. West Ham's back to reality, mate. You know, we'll be talking about that. We're dancing our graves prematurely, I will say that. So look forward to talking a bit about that.
Well, you're lucky that everyone around you are absolutely shockingly bad. So that's why you've got still a hope of that 7th place that you so badly want. Maz, one of those teams is yours. We're going to discuss. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. Thanks, mate. As well as I can be, considering the run of results we've had. It's not been good, man. It's not been good.
No, it hasn't been good, man. We're going to talk about it. And the return of LB and Dan. Manchester Derby as well is starting. And I'm sure we've got a lot to talk about. I'm going to let Dan United stew for a little bit and ask LB what he thought of the game. But before we do that, I was in the pub watching it. And I must say, I kind of got excited when Rashford scored, but I don't know why. But I did get excited. What a goal, by the way. And then Man City just completely turned it on. Before we get into that game, please make sure you check out our sponsors, which of course is Football Prizes. And there's some fantastic ones at the moment. We've got a couple to point out to you. Make sure you go over to Football Prizes because there's 2 that I do need to point out. Literally for the price of $195, you can win a trip for 2 to Dublin, and $195, a trip to England versus Slovenia and a private jet. So make sure that you get involved in that. For the cost of $195, people, it has to be done. Billy, John McGinn, bro. If you fancy a John McGinn signed, framed shirt or a Leon Bailey one, then it's $395. There's 149 of those tickets left as well. And LB, Erling Haaland, mate, signed and framed, one of the guys that they're going to be speaking about very, very soon, literally for $4.95. So make sure you go over to Football Prizes, show them some love. They've been great sponsors for the channel. So make sure that you do that. Let's get back to football, shall we? LB, must be a happy boy, bro.
Slightly disappointing that we only scored 3 goals, you know what I mean? But nah, honestly, it was complete domination. It was, and despite the goal from Rashford, which, you know, it was against the run of play, really. We was on top anyway. It was embarrassing. I think it was the most embarrassing performance I've ever seen from Manchester United.
That embarrassing that at half-time I had to watch you go, if we don't get the result, we've got to go to fucking Liverpool. We could be done. Our season could be done.
Oh,
that bad. And I watched you say that.
Right, because it was the most embarrassing performance I've ever seen from Manchester United in a derby match. I mean, the way that I was worried exactly, because we was getting beat off the worst Manchester United performance I've ever seen, and what you did in the second half, that was, I mean, we've played some relegation threatened sides at home, and even they've not played like that, man. It was just absolutely bizarre sort of style of football, but. In the end, the class, you know, rose to the top. And Phil Foden, best player on the pitch by a country mile. 2 goals for him. He won us the game, as he's done multiple times this season. We probably made hard work of it, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? We probably should have had it locked off in the first half if we were clinical, Foden and Haaland. But, yeah, the gap is huge. I mean, we all know that. I mean, we all know that. Dan knows that. You know what I mean? I don't need to tell him that. The gap is absolutely wild, and yeah, this manager come to the Etihad and played for a point. You know, sat back, standard ball over the top. It's just bizarre how United
you knew
play.
he was going to do that though, LB. Surely you didn't expect him to come play football. Surely.
No, I mean, I didn't expect him to play football because this manager's clearly abandoned those principles. That's not how he plays football anymore. That's what he should be doing. That's what he was brought into the football club to be doing, but he doesn't play like that. I expected him, yes, to play defensive football and hit us on the break because that's what United have become under Ten Hag. But even so, I mean, you've seen the game. I mean, they literally didn't. As soon as Rashford went off, switch off the lights, man. United didn't have no threat once Rashford went off. That maybe he was injured, maybe he was carrying a bit of a knock. You might as well just walked off the pitch and saved everyone the time because they had literally no outball. It was just City, just attack. And to be honest with you, like I say, I think we made hard work of it in the end. We should have boxed that off in the first half. But it is what it is. Look, we got the win. We put the pressure on Arsenal tonight. Not really, because it's Sheffield United.
You have though. They still put the pressure on us.
The pressure's not there, bro. Yeah, you'll win by about 5 goals there. But listen, we got the job done. I said personally, I think we need to win our next 3 games. Yeah, it's 1 out of the 3 done. We go to Liverpool next.
You said about Liverpool. You said that I've taken away from what you said at half time. You haven't got a very good record there, have you?
Nah, we won. We won when Nicholas and Elka scored. I think we won 2-1, and then we won in the COVID year. We beat them 4-1 or something. That's it. 2 wins in the last 25 years. But I think we can. Yeah, I think. Well, it's a difficult place to play football. I think we can go there and win. I think we need to go there and win because I don't see who beats Liverpool at the moment. Like I'm looking at their fixtures, and I've got too much. People are trying to tell me that Everton will do it, and I'm like, I've just got too much respect for Liverpool, man. The only team that I see potentially taking points off of them is Villa. Yeah, I think they'll beat Spurs at home. Yeah, I think they'll beat everyone else. I think Villa, the second to last game of the season at Villa Park, is the only game that I see potentially Liverpool dropping points. And that's not because I disrespect everyone else. It's because and Liverpool are a good team. You know, I don't see them getting beat off Everton or Fulham or Wolves at home. I just don't see it. So I think we've got to beat Liverpool. And as well, people are trying to tell me, you don't need to beat Liverpool. Well, hang on a minute. We've only won 2 games against the top 6 this year. Both of them are against the worst team in the top 6, United. So if we don't beat Liverpool, you then tell me that you're going to have the chest to say that we'll beat Arsenal. I just don't think it works like that. So for me, I'm saying that we need to win our next 3 games. If we win our next 2 games, I think we'll go on and win the league. But they're obviously difficult games. And then, by the way, after that, we got Villa. So, yeah, man. But listen, chalk and cheese. United are just washed, man. It's unbelievable to see how far they've fallen. It really is.
I love it. I love it because I agree.
That little smirk at the end.
I love it. I agree because, like I said, I checked on you at half time. I did a welfare check because I thought, this wasn't in the script. I hate that word, but this wasn't in the script. And to watch you at half time going off about, if we don't win this and if we've got to go to Anfield and we haven't won there for so, our season's done. I was like, LB, I'm United. And even I know it was Thanos, mate. It was inevitable. We knew what was going to happen. I do want to give props to Foden. I think that kid, it goes so far under the radar what he does in a City shirt when everyone constantly goes on about Haaland, constantly goes on about De Bruyne. How many's he got this season now, LB?
18 goals, I think he's got now.
He's just broken the top 10 as well, hasn't he, for Prem scorers.
He's been the best Man City player this year, I think.
He's been incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. But yeah, look, we went 1-0 up and I sat there and I went, this is nice. But we all knew what was going to happen. It's like chucking me in a 400-meter race and watching me sprint off at the start. You're all going to go on, Dan. Go on, son. But you know, by the end of that fucking race, I'm going to be at the back. Simple as that. It was men against boys. I tell you what I likened it to, and I hate saying this. I likened it to an FA Cup game when a Prem team plays a League One or a League Two team. And for the first bit, they defend, and you go, they're in, fair play to them, they're keeping in it. But it was embarrassing. 27% possession. City had 27 shots. I thought Onana did okay, actually. I thought it could have been more. Onana made a couple of decent saves. I have to go back at Rashford. We all said that he scored a wonder goal, and, it was a great goal. It was a great finish. It really was. But I think the first goal from Foden comes from Rashford trying to buy a free kick when he's never going to get it. All he needs to do is keep the ball under and try and bring someone in, try and take a bit of pressure off the back four. But instead, his first initial thought is, felt a slight touch. I'm going down. I'll buy the free kick. It's bonkers. I think the defence did slightly okay first half. They withheld quite well. I thought they were absolutely knackered come the end of the first half. I thought Johnny Evans had a decent game before he went off. But you cannot go to Man City with the team that we've got, with the form that we're in, and think you're going to do anything but lose. And any Man United fan who thought that half-time we got a chance, you must have been smoking something. There was always going to be a poor result. I worried when the second goal in. I thought, right, now they've scored 2. This could be 3, 4, 5, 6. It looked like it. Amrabat, I will give Lawless his flowers. I personally have said Amrabat's shite. Amrabat showed exactly what exactly. He's awful. He's got no right being in the Premier League. This is a player that we courted for so long over the summer. Will we get him? Won't we get him? He's going to come in and play alongside Casemiro, and they're going to be the dons of the Prem, load of bollocks. So, yeah.
He turned us down, and we got Alvarez. You got Amrabat because Amrabat turned us down. He wanted to be at a top club, and then we went and got Alvarez. There you go. So these things just work out beautifully. Cheers, Amrabat.
He's still above you in the league, though, mate, isn't he?
Oh, well, good for him, isn't it? Good for him.
Yeah,
He's above us in the league for now. 2 points.
Just checking. Obviously, I know you've just said that West Ham are resurgent and they're going to win everything. So I was just checking. Just wanted to make sure I knew where Amrabat was in the league compared to West Ham. So that's fine. Thanks.
Will West Ham finish above Man United then? If we're on that topic
wholeheartedly at the moment on the way we're playing with the players we've got.
Sorry. None of what any of you are saying makes Amrabat not a shit signing. So
he's a horrendous signing. He's a horrendous signing. I've literally
you can tap dance over 2 points all you like, mate. You can tap dance over 2 points, but it's a signing that you all said this is what we need. This is the signing we need. We've got our man. We've got our defensive midfielder. What happened?
Were you not saying the same like fucking Skamaka last season? Oh, wait till you see Skamaka. He's got a banging goal after goal after goal. Where's he now?
I don't remember that.
Where is he now? Lawless, where is he?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, not a West Ham. Yeah, okay.
Skamaka's still a good player.
You're getting it wrong. But look, it's one of them. It's what at the moment, current form. I don't see where we get a win with the players we've got out. I don't see where we get a win. We were very, very fortunate to have this mini revival, get some goals, but yeah, we're in the fucking doldrums again. It's good to be a United fan. Life is good.
Hey, it's a problem, man. I watched Rashford and I thought, there we go. At least you've actually come out to answer some critics with a banger. And the rest of his performance was a shambles, mate. It was shocking. Like he goes through clear on goal. All he's got to do is head it, and he ends up controlling the thing so it goes behind him. Then the other one that he had, I mean, it wasn't an easy shot, but he missed the whole ball. And then he falls down like a wimp and everyone's screaming for a foul. It wasn't a foul, just get up and get on the game. Man. And then they score from it. Yeah. Now, Lindelof should never have shown Foden to his left foot, in my opinion. Lindelof's just don't know what he's doing defensively there, right? But unbelievable banger of a goal. And the rest of the time, I see Rashford just trotting around, and I'm thinking, don't you support Man United? Don't you give any damn? Like, aren't you supposed to be like a kid who's like, I'll put my heart and everything on the line? Don't. I think it was you, LB, that said, showed me the clip of "Don't ever question my commitment to Man United," and he's trotting around Ross Barkley like it's just like an embarrassment.
Yeah, but Potts,
get rid of this guy, man. Honestly, in the summer, Dan, sell him.
This is the thing, though. Sorry about hair, mate. This is the thing. You release that interview, and we spoke about this on LB's channel on Friday. There is a time and a place when you release these interviews. I mean, he shouldn't have released it anyway. It's not like he's been banging 30 goals a season and he's having a drive on this season. Now he comes out and says it. You do not release an interview saying, back me, great. If you don't, I will prove you wrong. Never question my commitment to the club. When you're playing Manchester fucking City at the Etihad at the weekend, there is zero logic to what was going to happen. What did he think? Did he think he was going to come and score a hat-trick there? Do you know what I mean? I literally, there's footballers are famed for being accused of having pea-sized brains. Well, that kid, Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ.
Would you sell him, Dan? Would you sell him?
Of course I'd sell him. Mate, I'd drive him to the airport myself. I'd help him pack his bags. Honestly, anything he wanted. If he wanted to borrow the Vauxhall Astra To get to the airport, the keys are there, mate. Take it. Leave it at the airport.
It was funny, right? Because I watched the game with Sam in the pub, right? And you brought Antony on, right? And Sam, when he went, oh my God, like he's coming on. And then he controlled the ball and he went 3, 2, 1. He's lost it. And I just cracked up laughing. I thought, that is brilliant. And he goes, and then again, he got the ball. He went, I'll give it 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. He's lost it. He didn't even get the 3. And I thought, this guy is actually one of the. Is he a footballer? That was 80 million or 100 million euros. This guy is an absolute fraud. There has been no signings at Man United in the last few windows that I've looked at and gone that have worked.
In the Prem, he is the worst signing in the Prem. I put him worse than that. Is it Ali Dyer that Souness signed? Thought he was George Ray's cousin.
Ali Dyer.
Yeah, I put him worse than that. At least that kid jumped on. At least had a go. Oh,
all of them have been shocking, man. Mason Mount, Amrabat, obviously.
I can't go with. I'm not gonna slate, mate. He's been injured. I'm not going to slate, mate. I think
he ain't looked good though, Dan, has he? Like when he's played.
He's hardly played though. Yeah, he's hardly played.
Played 3 games.
Oh, but come on. When you've seen him play, have you gone, oh, he looks start promising?
No, but you need no. He needs a little bit of time before you can start slacking him off. But listen, United are just so poor, man, under this manager. And people will say to me, well, do you expect Ten Hag to come to United and play football? I don't expect him to open up, but that is not. You're telling me that's what he was brought into the team to do? To defend like that. I mean, when Maz's Brighton come to the AR, they don't play like that. They have a goal. You know what I mean? You know, teams have a goal. Like, you don't just have to. You're meant to be Man United. You know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy. And honestly,
I didn't even think. Honestly, not being a gooner here, I didn't even think Man City looked amazing. I didn't think you had to be.
No, I've said that myself. I didn't think we were I thought we was all right. Like, I think we made hard work of it. You know what I mean? I think that we played okay. I didn't think we was good. Some City fans are saying it's pretty mad, actually. Obviously, you guys probably haven't seen it because you're not on the timeline. But my Twitter timeline today has been crazy. Like, you've got some City fans saying we're crap. Some City fans saying it was the best performance of the season. And it's just kind of wild. Like, I didn't think we was particularly great. I think if we would have played like proper, I think we'd have absolutely dusted them. To be honest with you, I think we started well. And I think that Rashford goal rattled us a bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that first 7 minutes, I didn't think United players looked interested. I thought the first 7 minutes, like they were running, they weren't sprinting, and I thought these guys don't want it here. Then they go and score a screamer, and then I don't know if you've seen Scott McTominay celebrating. They almost looked surprised when that goal went in. They were like, "Oh my God, we took the lead against Man City," and then United started playing a bit better after that. You know what I mean? Started being a bit more intense. Maybe they believed they could get a result, but as soon as Foden scored that equaliser, it was basically game over. And then when he took Rashford off, that was you just accepted defeat because then you just sat on the edge of the penalty area with absolutely nothing going forward. It was strange.
He brought on Amari Forson, and I'm like, why are you bringing this kid on in a game like this? Why are you doing that? His substitutions again were just bizarre. You cannot go to the Etihad and think you're gonna get a 0-0. And I said this the other night to you, LB. I was terrified that because we've been to Anfield and got a 0-0. You thought you'd be able to do it again. That Anfield 0-0 was a once-in-a-season performance. That is when everything goes right. Everything goes right. With Man City, you look at it. Haaland had an off day until he scored his goal. You know, that miss, by the way, I mean, Christ almighty. That is
unbelievable.
That's got to go down as one of the worst. It was horrendous. De Bruyne, this is another thing. De Bruyne wasn't passing like he normally did. His shooting was wayward. We were having to get by on you guys being terrible. Do you know what I mean? And even when you were being terrible, you were still dominating the play. And it's as simple as that. Simple as that.
Yeah, man. Someone in the chat's put McTominay. I thought he was. It's just not happening for him, is it? Like, he comes out with some goals sometimes, but he's a squad player. He shouldn't be playing. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not a joint top scorer. That's how bad United are at the moment. That's how bad we are at the moment. But like, again, am I going to get angry about Sunday? No, because it was expected. There's just no point in... The anger's gone now. The anger it's just frustration now. And United fans, if you're listening, you've got to sit there and take this, because if you're going to get angry over yesterday, there is going to be a long 10 games left. You're going to get even more angry. Just accept it and get ready for next season.
Listen,
by the way, can I just quickly say, Dan, I've just got to give my praises to Phil Foden, man, because, you know what I mean, this guy is an unbelievable talent. Yeah, I think, you know, people are saying he's the most talented player that's come out of this country since Rooney, just on pure talent alone, and I think that's probably true. And I think you're now really starting to see what an exceptional player he is. Pep Guardiola has managed him so well, despite the media cooking him all the time, saying he needs to go out on loan, he needs to do this, he needs to do that. Pep Guardiola and Foden as well, they stayed patient. Yeah, and by the way, Foden has played a lot of football for City already. You know, there's a bit of a myth that he's hardly played. He's played a lot of football, but now you're really starting to see him taking on that responsibility. Because we don't have David Silva anymore. You know what I mean? Gundogan's gone. Kevin De Bruyne is sadly on the decline given his age. Like, he is now stepping in and he's winning us football matches. And yeah, he's just unbelievable.
I'm terrified for an LB. I'm terrified that at the Euros, Gareth's just going to either bench him or chuck him.
I was literally just about to say, Dan, like, Southgate has to find a way of getting this guy and Bellingham in the team.
He will. He's got to.
Yeah, but he was asked a few months ago, Dan, yeah, why don't you play Foden in the middle? And he goes, you know what his answer is? This is the England manager. Well, Pep doesn't play him in the middle. What are you talking about Pep for, man? You're the England manager. Like, it's almost as if, like, this guy just copies other managers. Like, I still can't believe this guy's our manager of our national team. He's won a two.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it at all. And I think this is going to be his last tournament, whatever. But if he plays Conor Gallagher ahead of him, I'm done. That's all I'm saying. He can, like, I'm not even going to watch the Euros if Foden don't play or he drops one of those guys. Because for me, it's so simple to pick that team now. They're all staring you at the face. Rice on fire. Bellingham on fire. Kane banging them in for fun. Saka banging them in for fun. Foden banging them in for fun. Even James Maddison could probably
get ready for Henderson and Phillips, mate. It's going to be Henderson and Phillips.
Yeah, Henderson, Phillips.
You missed someone else who's banging them in for fun. If we're just talking about banging them in for fun, I'm just saying.
Ollie Watkins.
Ollie Watkins.
Good point. Yeah, but I'm talking about the first 11. Like, Bowen's banging them in, but he's not going to get into the first 11. But if you look at the reasons as to why Foden should play in England, like, we ain't putting Bowen ahead of Foden. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting at. Like, Foden has to play. It's just clear. He's unbelievable, man. He's
putting Foden ahead of Saka, Potts. You're putting Foden ahead of Saka. You're putting Foden ahead of Saka.
I play Foden and Bellingham in the middle, man. I play Foden and Bellingham in the middle, and I play John Stones to push into midfield like he does at City. I have Rice, John Stones, Foden, Bellingham, Saka right, Kane up top, and then who knows?
But you're not Southgate, LB. You're not Southgate. That's the thing. So if he's not,
that's what we're all worried about.
Well,
someone's going to have to.
Probably put Henderson on the left. Probably chuck Henderson out wide.
Henderson will play.
Oh, mate, if Jordan Henderson plays, that's what I mean, man. But let's worry about the Euros when we get there, man. Let's talk about Doku very quickly, LB, because, you know, I made some question marks and tongue-in-cheek comments and starting to look at his record and thinking I weren't far off. Alan Maximan, Adama Traore, just reminds me so much of those two players, man. Really good on the eye, but output is just not there. He hadn't scored since November, and the only other goal he scored was in August.
Well,
this guy, man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's good for 60 million, but maybe you say it is.
Well, I don't know. Was it 60 million?
Or whatever
he's paid. I thought it was 55 million.
Oh, okay, 55. He's a bargain then.
Shameless, Lord. LB, shameless.
No. We can't have misinformation. Listen, the football 12-man podcast, yeah, the community, the viewers, they deserve accurate information. We shouldn't be spreading disinformation.
We've got Lawless sat here.
Yeah, and he gets cooked. And listen, we cook him all the time when he gives them misinformation. We don't want to get community noted.
Don't you start saying we, LB. He's your little bro. Don't you start saying we. You're not doing that.
Listen, you never know what's going to happen.
All right, Potts' his little bro.
I just think Doku just needs time, man. You know what I mean? I think, listen, he's not actually played that much football in his career. Like, he's played like 4,000 minutes, something like that, at football, like professional football in his career. He's still very raw. I always say, players who sign for City, they need a year. Like, every player that's come to City has pretty much needed a year before they play well under Pep Guardiola. So I ain't going to start cooking this guy. The guy's 21 years old, man. Like, come on, what are we doing here?
No, man, I'm not coming for him. I'm questioning.
No. You are. You try to send for him. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to take the gloss off my win. Yeah, I've just had a derby win. Have some respect, man.
Mate, four of his assists. 5 of his assists he's got. 4 of them come in one game against Bournemouth. Mate, I don't know, man. He needs to do more for me. I think
Don't
he
make
causes
him get
absolute
transfer
havoc
market up again.
and
Don't make him
chaos.
get transfer market up. You'll get it.
But yeah, well, that's what I'm looking at, transfer market, because it's the
Do-
LB's
Doku-
favourite website.
Doku only plays well against James Milner. That's about the only time he does well, to be fair. They have to
But
be
he did
over
well
like
against you, man.
35.
I'm saying he scored a goal against you.
Yeah.
That is the last time was it,
Yeah.
or assist
Yes,
against you?
I think the fullback has to be over 35 and then he's all right. But
Yeah.
until then, he
Yeah,
struggles, I think.
I'm just questioning whether we think this signing is going to be a hit, and I'm happy to give him time. But I've not been massively impressed so far. It looks like he causes havoc, but doesn't actually get anywhere. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, let's move. Maz, Brighton, we got to talk, my bro. I honestly don't get your club.
Little
mate.
old
I don't
Brighton.
get it. Huh? Little old Brighton.
Little old Brighton.
Listen,
Why do we
I
need to
just-
talk about them?
You are the team I cannot bet on every week because you either hold 6s against Villa or 4s against Luton or 3s against now Fulham,
2 seconds.
or you go and sneak a win.
You should do it now.
Like Zerbi is being tipped to be this next greatest manager, and I wouldn't want him anywhere near my club because he's holding results like that. What's
Yeah.
going on, bro? And
Oh,
Evan
that-
Ferguson, by the way. Evan Ferguson, this guy who I was apparently told it was £100 million, hasn't scored for 17 games. What's happening?
Yeah, it's well, look, let's be frank. Against Fulham, we had 7 changes from the side that played the week before. And so heavily rotated. We were playing pretty much our reserves. Not that that's an excuse, but obviously we've got Roma midweek. European football. It's always nice in it down when you play European football.
Why
But,
are you coming to me?
yeah.
I didn't say a word about you. I literally didn't say a word. I could have said that it was nice to see you finally after you've lost the game because you go missing for months. But I didn't.
Yeah, well, I'm in there.
But now you will, mate. You will. Well done. I'll take it. I've got the missing poster. I'll take it off the cup now. Brilliant. Lovely seeing you.
There we go. He's cracked, boys. We finally have. Was it?
But it's true though, Dan. You're the only one on the
27
Race
minutes.
Europe show not in Europe. That's true. You got to
I mean,
accept that.
Right. Do I have to do what you did last season? But we are in European places, son.
I know
So
that's
we have
not
to
what I
do
did.
last
That's
season.
not what I did.
No.
I said
I'm
we're
having
in
to
Europe.
change the logic. I had to change the logic because all we heard from you last season when you were in 15th was, but we are still in a European competition.
Well, we are. You're
But
not.
I was just stating the fact. I don't know why you got so rattled there, but yeah. Anyway, we're moving on.
just rattle me.
and
Right.
It's easy. It's easy to be fair.
Carry on.
Yeah, we got Roma midweek, so it was one of those games where we had to rotate a lot, had to make sure everyone was fit for the game, and we got a lot of injuries as well. So yeah, it's a tough time. I think it's not easy being Brighton at the moment just because of how badly how many injuries we've got, and a lot of games coming thick and fast as well, which doesn't help. But look, it's our first season in Europe. I don't think anyone expected us to go and be this incredible side and go out and smash it with our first ever season in Europe. So, it's been poor. I don't know what more to say, really.
Potts expected it. Potts
I
fully
expected
expected it.
What to do
You
well on
expect-
both fronts?
Because what he said was West Ham can't possibly finish above Brighton. That's what Potts said at the start of the season. So he expected big things from you. So I think you're telling yourself.
No, I didn't say that Brighton would be going and doing anything massive in Europe, though, did I?
No, but you said that when we talked about where we'd finish, we couldn't possibly finish above Brighton. That was unheard of. That was crazy to think that we could potentially finish above this Brighton team. So
I put
you
Brighton
had
ahead
big
of you.
expectations.
I put
for
Brighton ahead of you. So what?
You did.
What's criminal about that?
Well, so you have to hold this more than Maz. You have to hold it more than anyone. Yeah.
Brighton have been above Matt West Ham for most of the bloody year. Just
No,
calm.
they haven't.
What-
Well, most of the year.
man?
Most of the year. We're in fucking beginning of March. What are we doing
Most
here?
of the season. Most of the season. Sorry.
No, they haven't. No, they haven't. That's a lie.
Pretty much. There ain't been much between you, has there? But
Pretty
Brighton
much
have to
no.
sort
Hey,
this out.
LB, what did you say here? We don't spread misinformation on this show, and he's spreading misinformation.
That accent, that's got to work on that one.
He's
As well,
not from
bro.
Leeds.
Listen,
Yeah,
right, all it
I
is
mean,
is free. It's 3 points. It's 3 points. Let's
There you go,
calm
Maz.
down.
Tell
You're
him
only
just to calm
you're only
down a
3
bit.
points ahead. Yeah,
Who
you're
you
only 3
got
points
next?
ahead.
Who you got next?
What's that? We don't need to
Who
talk
you
about
got
that.
next?
Well, I've got Roma in midweek, mate. So yeah, good times. Now I
We
think
got
we've got Liverpool
Freiburg,
next, I think.
Oh, Liverpool.
No, City got Liverpool.
Forest, mate.
We got Forest. There you go. Forest at home, so that's going to be another banana skin. We drew against Everton at home, so it's not going great at the moment. But look, once we get our players back, I am confident João Pedro comes back, scores goals. Matoma's out for the season, unfortunately, but as soon as João Pedro is back,
Is that due to that tackle?
I think. Which one?
Was that due to that tackle?
No,
from Chef?
no. It was a lower back issue, that one.
That was a bad tackle.
That was a shambles. That was, yeah. If any Sheffield United fans are watching, which I highly doubt, you lot are a shambles as well. They started. Do you see? They started booing Matoma after he got clattered. I was
and
like,
the Sheffield United captain come out. He was like, "There's nothing wrong with the tackle."
Yeah, Amazovic, whatever his name is. I was like, "You're on crack, mate." But yeah, as soon as João Pedro is back, and we get more consistency, we're doing too much rotation. Goalkeepers and situations a mess. Still and Bruggen just always rotating. I think as soon as we get a bit of consistency, we start finding our flow back. We'll be up there. I think just
any
outside the top six.
De Zerbi, any question marks over De Zerbi?
No, right now a little bit, just because of how much he's rotating, and he's not actually tactically adapting to games where, you know, let's say we go a goal down, or he's very much same method every time, and it's like, what's your plan B? Do you have a plan B? Which is a bit worrying because he's linked with Liverpool, he's linked with Barcelona, he's linked with all these big clubs.
He could do is leave there, Maz, I think.
Oh, 100%.
If he goes to Man United or Chelsea or someone, that'd just be stupid.
Yeah, for me, Man United is a step down. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why?
Go... I didn't hear the question. I was checking when Hoyland was back.
I got asked if he went to Man United. He said, yeah, he said if De Zerbi goes out, I think he's a step down.
Yeah, okay, right. Cool story. Anyway, I'm back to Hoyland. Carry on.
I'm being deadly serious. I'm not even looking for a nibble there. I'm being deadly serious. I think with the stability at Man United, why would he want to go to Man United right now? Why? What's the attraction?
If he carries on the way he's going, why would he want to stay at Brighton? It's a fucking shit show there.
Yeah, but he's half the reason for it. So how our infrastructure, the way we're stable at the moment,
crumbling, mate. Young players, you're blaming it on injuries. We've got the second. You get to the big boy table, you get to Europe, and then you start blaming it on injuries. Well done.
Are Brighton a better run club than Man United?
Of course they fucking are.
They are. Yeah. So they are a more attractive proposition, right?
Who, Brighton?
I don't know about in terms of first team play, like for the youth, 100%. I think if a young player wants to go anywhere, Brighton 100%. Maybe not first team. Like I don't think we've got the pull. Obviously, as Man United, we're like I say, little old Brighton. We don't have that pull of Man United. However, I do think if you're a young and up and coming player, I think you choose Brighton over Man United.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. And I joke about De Zerbi. I think
if you're a manager though, do you think De Zerbi would look at Man United and be tempted? Would De Zerbi look at Man United and be tempted to go there because of the size of the club? Well, real talk panel.
But
of course he would.
Okay,
LB, you're on mute.
No, okay. But look at Graham Potter though. Look at Graham Potter when he went to Chelsea. He went for the money. He then absolutely flopped, and now look at him. I think he's linked with West Ham or something.
But you can't just say he went for the money, man. He didn't just go for the money though, did he? He went because Chelsea are a massive club, like.
No, of course. I'm not stupid. I'm not like living in this bubble. But at the same time, I think we were fourth in the league at the time. We'd just beaten Leicester 4-1, and he went and left to go. Like for me, it was the timing of it. It was very strange for the timing of it. Cool, I get it. I'm not stupid. We're not as big as Chelsea. We're not as big as Man United. We're not as big as Man City, Liverpool. All these big West Ham. Yeah. But for me, it was the timing of it, and also. Why would you want to leave a club that was on the higher trajectory with, under Graham Potter? Why would you then go, right, I'm going to go to Chelsea where it was, Todd Bowley was just spending willy-nilly. You've seen what they've done to previous managers. Like the track record isn't great at those clubs in terms of giving a manager a chance. They want success straight away. Where Graham Potter, I think he went to 15 games without a win at one point or something crazy. So it's like, why are you, I don't know. I just feel like stay at Brighton, just give yourself a bit of a platform, give yourself 2 or 3 years experience, and then leave. I'm not saying you've got to stay forever, but yeah, it just didn't make sense to me at the time.
If you don't get Europe, Maz, if you don't get Europe, are you questioning him as a manager then, or are you happy to keep him?
I don't think it's realistic to say that we have to qualify for Europe next season because I think we're struggling as it is with Europe at the moment. So it's like, I don't know, it's a weird one because obviously you want to be playing European football, and I think the one thing that's keeping me hopeful is that Tony Bloom came out with a statement, I think it was last week, and said, we will spend money next season. This transfer window coming up, we're going to spend money because we want to be an established European side. So for Tony Bloom to come out and say that, it was a big statement because we're quite frugal, we're quite poor with our, as in we don't spend that much money. So for him to come out and say that he's going to spend lots of money and we're going to be an established European side, that does give me hope. And hopefully De Zerbi sees that as more of a long-term project and will stay as a
Maz,
result.
in the Premier League,
Yep.
how many of the following teams do you think you will finish above? West Ham, Newcastle, Man United.
Cool. That's a tough one, isn't it? Right. Well, there's a lot of variables here, but I'll say it with my chest.
Billy, are you listening? That's what you doing. You say it with your chest, Billy. Listen to this man.
I'm going to go. We finish above Man United. I think West Ham will just finish above us. And then what was the final team?
Newcastle.
Why haven't you
Newcastle.
put Wolves in there, Potts? They're 1 point behind Brighton.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Wolves
okay.
are-
You can put Wolves in there. Actually. They have been impressive.
as well.
Shout out
Okay, I'm
Little
going to
Dan.
go. We finish above Wolves. We finish above Man United. We finish above. And then I think West Ham and who's the other team again?
Newcastle.
Yeah,
Newcastle.
they finish above us as well.
So you think
so
it
we're
would
finishing
be
above Man
Newcastle-
United and Brighton? I love that.
So you
So you
think
think United will
Newcastle
finish
and
ninth?
West Ham will come 5th and 6th, and then it'll be Brighton in 7th,
Oh, yeah, 7th.
and then Man
yeah.
United will be in 8th, and then
Yeah.
9th. Who have we missed? There's one we
It
missed.
depends
Hang
on
on,
who- it
so
depends
you've
on
got
who- like I said,
Villa
there's
and
a lot of
Spurs into
variables.
5th, 6th and 7th being Newcastle and West Ham, 8th Brighton,
All right.
9th
Yes,
United.
yeah, 8th, yeah. Yeah,
So
we'll
you
take
think
that.
United will finish
And
9th?
10th Wolves.
Yeah, depends on Hoyland.
I
We'll
love
go with
that. I love that, Maz. Maz, this is what you've just done, mate. There's no hate from me. Billy, this is what happens, mate. Come with chest when it's ready. You don't wait till March to suddenly come on the chat and say, I think Villa will finish 4th now. Yeah, I think we definitely do it.
No, I wasn't.
As much as
I wasn't saying that.
I wasn't.
I was just stating facts.
Yeah,
last
you
night.
waited till March. You waited till the 3rd of March. You're like, yeah, I think Villa will finish above United now. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
That's
that.
insane, to be fair. You should have said that at the beginning of the season, to be fair.
I was too busy worrying about fucking Ibs, wasn't he? Get Ibs out of the
No
way.
Ajax now,
real
bro.
belief in this team and this manager. That's what it comes down to. He has no real belief in what they can do. That's what it comes down to with Billy. He gives it all lip service.
That's not true. That's not true. It's not wanting it to come back and bite me on the ass.
Well,
You don't want to get carried
so
away.
what
You don't want to get carried away.
Exactly.
football, though, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's football, though. That's football.
Game's
Football.
the game,
The
bro.
game's the game. The game's
Exactly.
the game.
Some weeks-
well,
some weeks
I'll,
we beat-
I'll play the game my way. You play the game your way. How about that?
Well, but Billy,
If you
what
do
you're
that
saying
every season, if you do that every season, we'll have to wait until March.
Jose Mourinho, it's sit back and wait for my
Lawless,
turn.
Lawless.
Because
We're
what you're
talking to a
saying-
guy that will only watch England play in the final. Anyway, so that says it all,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
you're
We're only
saying
talking
that
in the
what-
proper final.
You're basically
Viva
saying that you're being
España.
fake, Billy. You're not being genuine. You're not saying how you genuinely feel because you're scared that you'll get clipped up and we'll mock you for
It's not
saying
about that. It's
something
not-
didn't
it's-
happen.
I don't
That's
care.
what it
I don't
is.
care if I get clipped up. I don't care if I get clipped
Coward.
up. I don't want to.
Don't let him do
I
this to you.
don't, I don't care. I don't care if I get clipped up in March.
Yeah.
Oh, Billy, are you going to win the Conference League?
Well, you know, the thing is, we've got some tough games. You know, we can. You know what? I went very wrapped up then. Well, you know.
if we get past Ajax, I think we'll win the Conference League. Yeah,
There we go.
that in my
That is such a
opinion, was the
politician's
hardest
answer,
straw.
that.
It
That,
is,
in my
isn't it?
opinion, was the hardest straw, and we've pulled.
He
them out in
don't
the
rate
round of
this
16.
team. He don't rate this Villa team like that. You know what I mean? They haven't given him the confidence to go and say that.
Billy, you'll win. You'll win the Europa.
I know Aston Villa too well. That's the problem.
If West Ham can win it, then you'll be fine, Billy. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
All
that's the
You
thing.
better hope they fucking win it then, Potts. You better hope they win it.
They will. I think they will. I think they will.
Oh, see, look, how has Potts got more chest for your team than you? That's disgraceful.
Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens when you crash out to Freiburg.
Let's just see what happens.
We'll see.
What a way to answer it. Billy, you were like sort of more chest than this in the chat group. So You gotta
No,
start.
He does it
look,
all
look,
the time.
look,
He's
no.
chat.
All I
Can't believe this is
was
happening.
saying in the chat is, man,
He
if
does it
Villa
all the time.
win 5 of the last 11 games, it means United have to win 9 of the last 11 games to finish above us, which is unlikely.
Sam, if you're watching this,
we have to win our next. We have to win 5 out of 11 first. So
get the
let's just
group
hope
chat
we do that.
screenshots. Get the group chat screenshots. Post them on here, and we'll see.
I'm gonna do
We're
a
going to
review.
start doing it because
No,
he's a different person in the group chat.
Yeah,
in
I
time.
think, look, if you did a review,
I don't say anything on the group chat that I wouldn't say on here.
Yeah,
He said they're winning the league next year. I say.
Let's quickly before we come to West Ham, let me just quickly ask you, boys, Ollie Watkins, right? I'm not saying this just because he scored 2 against Luton, right? But I looked at his stats. Not on my show for a couple of last shows now. His stats are phenomenal, man. Like from his Brentford days right the way through from Championship all the way through. He's 28 years old, and he's averaged in the last 5 seasons between 10 and 16 goals every single season. That is phenomenal, man. I know we talked about Alexander Isak being the best after Haaland, and I totally agree. But if you look at the fact that he can't stay fit, I think this guy is right up there with them, the numbers-wise, with him actually deserving to have that record. Because I've always looked at him and thought maybe he won't take Arsenal to a title winning team. And maybe he won't. And I kind of stand by that because it is different, like doing it for Villa and doing it for Brentford and then going and doing it for a title winning side, right? But I don't really know how I can sit there and say that I'd rather have Tony over Watkins because I think Tony's more of an all-round centre forward. But Watkins' numbers are there, man. Like, real talk, guys.
The one thing that I've always felt has lacked a little bit with Watkins was his finishing. But the past few weeks, in particular, the goals against Fulham and the goals against Luton, he's taken them so well. And you include that into what else he does for the team: his running, his work rate, his hold up play. You include that into how he plays, and he's a phenomenal player. And the fact that he's now, hopefully, this continues is quality with finishing. If that continues, then he is probably better than Isak in my opinion.
Did you know what? Do you know what
Tony, Billy?
Yeah, absolutely. Now he's improved his finishing.
Would anyone else rather have Tony?
No, I've changed my mind on that. I said you should go for Tony, but I actually think that you should go for Watkins.
Great.
But
yeah, Watkins.
I mean,
this
is
would he go,
Billy?
If you do come for Watkins, what will happen? If Arsenal came for Watkins, what would happen?
You're going to have to pay the money. He's got 4 years
What's
left
that?
on his
How
contract. Just signed the new deal. Well, you're going to be talking upwards of 100 million probably.
So we can get him cheaper than Douglas Luiz then.
Well,
Mill.
You're talking 100 million for the both of them, at least.
So 50 million each. Same.
That's a bargain. Bargain of the season.
Why would he want to leave us though? As well, at the minute.
No, come on, Billy. Like Arsenal going for Premier League.
Of course.
It's 28.
We're in the
Villa
top
are
4.
3 points
We're in the top
behind
4
Arsenal
at the minute.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
come on, man. Let's not do this. I mean, if Arsenal come calling, he's gonna want to go to Arsenal.
I'm not so sure, honestly.
Arsenal are going for the Premier League. Arsenal going for the Premier League.
He'll come to us because he's a gooner and we're going for the title.
Bro, come on, man. He'll want to go. Maybe if he was younger, maybe he wouldn't have wanted
honestly,
to.
I'm not so sure.
Billy said this. Billy said this about Grealish, by the way. Just so that you know.
Let's not get into that pot.
Yeah, but to be fair,
there's no need to bring that up.
A different knock. City's knock is a different knock than Arsenal's. Let's be real.
They can rise him, Billy. So anyway, we'll move on.
You are guaranteed trophies.
Whoa! Let's not misrepresent the
thing
fact.
that I'd say with Watkins is Villa are on, at the minute. If we're able to maintain this, we're on such a high trajectory. You know, we're top 4 this year. We're going to be spending more in the summer, no doubt. Maybe we need to sell a couple, who knows? But we've got Emery, who's an elite manager. Chances are that we're going to be in the Champions League. Hopefully, we're going to have a trophy in the Conference League as well. You know, we're a really attractive
I don't disagree with that at all, Billy.
minute.
But the guy's 28. Yeah, obviously he's probably going to have like 3-4 years at like the top level before he starts to decline. If a team that's in a title race like Arsenal come knocking, and by the way, Arsenal obviously like one of the best teams in Europe because Europe's so poor right now. Even though I completely agree with what you're saying, I think I don't see him saying I'll stay at Villa.
What? It also depends whether Arsenal are willing to pay the money as well, though.
Well, they just paid 115 million. How much they paid for Rice? They're definitely willing to, aren't they? If they think.
Well, that's why they're so broke, though, isn't it?
Got it.
They're going to come with some stupid statement.
We'll go and release the clause of Victor Osimhen over getting Ollie Watkins. I think if we got 115 million, then we'll go and get Osimhen instead of Watkins. I think, but could be wrong. Watkins has been firing, man.
Are they in FFP trouble, Billy? Villa. I mean, you've seen these bits and pieces coming. Are
you've
they
been spending like mad for years and years. You've been spending like no one's business.
I mean, I don't think I think it's all being made out to be a little bit more than what it is. I think we've just got a few big earners. Luca Dean's the highest earner at the club on nearly £200,000 a week, I believe. Not a million miles off. Yeah,
$200K a week.
He's on more than Harry Maguire, man.
Not far off it. Not far off it. It might be. It's between £150,000 to £200,000 a week.
You're really
this is what Steven Gerrard's
United. You're going to finish above them with that points deduction, mate.
It's just about getting the big wages out of the club. Really, I think Saudi Arabia is the perfect place for Luca Dean.
Haven't you had that big investment though, mate? Doesn't that? I mean, obviously FFP, but I mean. Will they not bring sponsorship and all that with them, or?
Well, yeah, but this is the thing as well. We've got Adidas coming in. That's the biggest rumor. I've heard that's all.
Big 12 about sponsorship. They'll get you on the right track.
Yeah, we'll sort you out, bro. Ain't Adidas doing Newcastle as well? I thought Pete says the same thing, man.
Yeah, so that's like I say, it's all but announced as far as I'm aware. So. Adidas money coming in, hopefully Champions League level money coming in. I think it's all being made out to be a bit more than what it is. If we just get a few players off the books, a few big earners, Dendonka's on £80,000 a week and he's hardly playing as well. It's just ridiculous if you look at some of the wages. We'll be all right.
Well, let's see, man. Listen, I know Maz and Dan, you've got to shoot, so big up for both of you for coming on. Much appreciated. And we'll see you next week if Brighton win, and we'll see you next week, Dan, if Man United win. Take it easy.
Don't you dare put me in the same bracket as this man here. Don't you dare.
Love it.
See you boys later, man.
I'll see you in May time.
Yeah, May time.
You're like Michael Bublé at Christmas, mate. You just come out once a year.
I'll take it. In a bit,
guys. Peace out.
Easy, man. Lawless, let's come to you lastly before we come to Arsenal and wrap the show up because it has to be a shorter one tonight due to the game. This is coming from Ash. Says Lawless is shameless. Just won one match and it's back to normal. They haven't won a game in 2024. You've actually won 2 games, right?
2 games.
Yeah. Anyway. Did he not? You hit your head or something? You was asleep for a week? What happened? Because this is 2 in a row.
I don't ever go.
Anyone heard from Deji? Like, has anyone seen Deji? Because I haven't heard from that guy. I've been at him. Like, I haven't heard a sound from Deji. So if you see Deji, let me know. He may be on the run because he now owes me £100 because he made a foolish bet again. I love it. Let's keep listening. We'll win the league if he keeps betting against us. Honestly, I'll take that every day. We're doing well.
I love this. I love this comment. Has anyone seen Deji? I can't believe he made that bet and then decided to make it again. That's crazy,
mate. This with the fixtures, he's like, no, right. I bet you 50 quid. West Ham ain't going to get 1 win in the next 6, and I'm like. I always knew Burnley, right? So I will fucking, if anything, we're beating Burnley. I don't care. And then we beat Brentford, which I didn't expect. And he's like, 1 in our next 4. And then I'm like, Burnley, come on. And then we beat Everton. We're going to fucking lose to Burnley now. I know it. But I'm done. I'm not making no more bets.
Mate.
Yeah, Lawless, what are you making of the news about Lucas Paqueta? The
I knew you'd want to talk about that. I knew you want to talk about it. Listen,
I'll explain the news. Explain the news first.
he's an innocent man. Misunderstood. He's innocent. I told it. Pete was sitting there on this show, right, when it came out, and we were talking about Tonali, and how he was going, oh, well, what about Paqueta? What about Paqueta? Eh? Paqueta? And I said, nah, he's innocent. It's all, you know what I mean? It's all overplayed. You can't prove it because it's his family made the.
Doesn't necessarily mean he's innocent, though.
He's
in
innocent
the eyes of the law. In the eyes of the law, Billy.
In the eyes of the law. He's innocent.
That's an innocent
man.
Man.
It was against Villa he got his yellow card against.
Well, you should be happy then. Could have got suspended. He could have got sent off.
Well, no. First of all, he dived for a penalty that he was trying to get booked for. That was given.
Oh!
And then he made about 6 or 7 fouls.
Dive FC, talking about anyone else diving. Wow. It's the Premier League swim team.
Douglas talking about
it again. Yeah, look at it. The cheek of it. But
West Ham are in trouble here now, then, aren't they? Because Paqueta's got going in the summer.
Well, last year when Rice left.
It doesn't mean we're in trouble, does it? Because
I know you couldn't win a game without him. Since he's come back, you won both of them.
Okay, but he didn't even have a good game against Everton, I'll have you know.
But he still won, though.
Okay, we still won. But it doesn't mean we're in trouble because, if he does go, we get 85 mil. If he does go, obviously, that's if Man City decide there's going to be players and options available. Who says that he's going to be their first one?
I fucking love the guy. I think he's absolute baller, man. I'll take him tomorrow.
But obviously, there was reasonage for why there was this urgency to get him last summer, to try and get him, because De Bruyne was injured, right? So that was the urgency.
Well, Gundogan had left, so we needed him.
Gundogan was there for So we'll see. Maybe they'll find value elsewhere. We'll see. They might not even. Who knows what their situation is going to be with all the charges and all that shit they've got to deal with. They might not be in a position to spend.
Hey, I just defended your player. You can defend mine. What's going on here?
Well, what do you mean? You defended my player because you think he's going to be your player. I'm bringing up.
No. I defended him because by the letter of the law, the man's innocent, and I stand up for principles.
Yeah, it's a fact. Exactly. But by the letter of the law, your case is still to be heard. What I'm saying is, we don't know how that's going to go, do we? Like, we don't know which way the wind's going to. But I hope you're innocent. I hope you get away with it.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, me too.
All of that sort of stuff. I know, like, Arsenal fans are crying and chopping at the bit. Oh, please relegate them so we can finally have a go. Nah. But yeah. But we don't know what's happening with that. So look, if he goes, he goes. I just need to hope we spend the money wisely. But at the end of the day, yeah, man, we're back on form. We're back scoring goals.
What's your
Defense
next 4
is still
games?
shaky. What?
What's your next few games?
We got Burnley at home next, which we should win. I'm going by Prem. We got Villa at home after that.
That's a loss.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a loss, is it? It's a loss, yeah?
That's a loss.
Yeah, here Billy ain't saying nothing.
Come on, Billy. I'm trying to do it for you, man. Come on.
Oh, we don't have the best away record. Go on.
Happens? Well, our away record is the fourth best in the league. In actual fact, we don't have a good record away at West Ham.
No, there we go.
Let's
see what happens.
Then Newcastle away, then Spurs at home.
That's another loss.
Your other team, cool. We're coming up against your favourite teams here. Look, we got.
I know you're gonna lose them as well. Gonna lose them all.
Newcastle. We got Spurs at home after that,
and then Spurs. Oh, West Ham. They're kissing goodbye to 7th. Unfortunately, it's a shame.
Look at you, you little Judas, eh? You Spurs turncoat. Oh, Spurs are gonna beat you.
I think that you will. I think that you will actually get something at Spurs out of all them games because you always do.
We beat them at their ground.
That's what I mean.
Now they're coming to our home.
I think you could get something out of Spurs. I hope you do. But I don't think you'll beat Villa or Newcastle.
Have you got all your players back now, Lawless? Like Bowen and all that, and like Kudus and
but everyone's back.
They're all
everyone's
back. Right, so if they're all back and they're all fit, then there's no reason why West Ham can't get results against those teams.
Exactly. There's no reason why they can't, LB, but will they? Well,
we're playing on Thursday before the Villa game. We're playing Freiburg.
But Villa playing.
We'll also be playing on the
Villa.
Thursday before the West Ham game.
Okay, but we're playing in
Probably
a better
against Ajax as well.
competition. Okay, yeah, but we're playing a Europa League level team. You're playing a Europa
playing Ajax,
Conference
aren't
level team.
Yeah.
So
in actual fact, we're playing a Champions League level team. They may
they're
not
not
be playing
Champions
like
League level team.
They may not be playing like. They may not be playing like a Champions League level team, but if we're talking about the stature of the clubs, it's a Champions League level
the
team. The
stature doesn't matter, does it? Stature don't mean jack shit because there are teams.
If it was Man United, if it was Man United in the same situation, we'd still be going on saying, "Oh, but it's still Man United."
Yeah, but I expect most of the season bottom of the league or near the bottom.
No,
of the
they
league.
haven't. They started off down there, but since they've improved drastically, and I think they're top 4 or 5 now.
Well, listen, they're not quite Hibs, are they? So, you know,
they're not quite Hibs. They're not quite Hibs. So it's going to be a tough game.
Who's left in the Europa Conference League, Billy, that actually worries you other than Ajax? Because I don't think there's anyone in there that you should be worried about. Lawless, however, has got Liverpool and Bayern Leverkusen that are going to smash up West Ham if they draw him. So he's definitely not winning the Europa League. But
they got to the final last year, didn't they? Fiorentina.
Oh, are they in it again, Fiorentina?
They're in it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the rest. The rest they should deal with, to be honest with Villa. They get through Ajax, they probably got to the final.
They didn't even beat fucking they didn't beat flipping what was it? Fucking the Polish team. They lost the Polish team.
Oh, Legia Warsaw.
Legia Warsaw, yeah.
We lost one game at the beginning of the campaign.
Okay, so you lost, but there's no team that should give Villa trouble except Legia Warsaw. Like teams like, but Legia Warsaw gave them trouble, but none of these other teams, they're fine. It's fine. They're not Legia. They're not Legia Warsaw.
We're up and running now, so there shouldn't be.
Oh, you're up and running, eh?
How far you get? How far you getting, Lawless?
We're getting very least to the quarterfinals. Look at that Freiburg. Listen, I'm not doing the Billy. I'm not sitting there going, "Oh, Freiburg." We slapped them up start of the season anyway, so we're definitely beating Freiburg. We're getting through Freiburg.
So you lose
Sam.
No, I don't know.
I've never wanted West Ham to lose so much in all my life.
Yeah, listen, I'm just saying, yeah, like the quarterfinals, we'll see who we're gonna get. I wouldn't fancy us against Leverkusen, but
this beef between you two is so weird, given the fact you're not even in the same competition. Like you're not. It's so strange, man.
No, you know what it is, LB? Because everyone, like Potts especially, like wanks over Villa, right? And this particularly, it's not even personal.
Do you think I do, Billy? Do you think I wank over Villa?
I don't think you do, no.
Thank you, mate.
Of course he would say that.
You do a little bit over Newcastle, but not necessarily over Villa.
There you go. You lot got to buy him a pint. That's what it is.
Yeah, buy me a pint and I'll support your club.
But, yeah, like
I'll buy you a pint.
I fucking bought you a pint on the night out. I bought you a fucking.
Yeah, I can't ever support your club. It's dirty. Your club's dirty, mate. I can't ever support your club.
Fucking dare you.
Even though I actually wanted West Ham to win the Europa Conference League until I started chatting to you on here, and then I was like, "No, I don't want him anymore."
Do you know what? I used to like the amount of Arsenal fans.
West Ham used to be so irrelevant until Lawless.
Honestly. I was like, do you know, when they got qualified for that thing, I was like, do you know what? If they won that, it'd be quite funny for the Spurs fans to cry. And then I met him on here and I thought, like, I mean, I've known Lawless years, but I started doing content regularly with him on here and I was like, I do not fucking want him to win that now.
I heard so many Arsenal fans after the Rice stuff when they found out we didn't want him to get Rice. And they was like, we wanted you to win the Conference League, though, but we wanted you to win that. How could you do that to us? We wanted you to win. It was hilarious. But yeah, like we beat Sevilla in Europa League. So look, if we can beat one of the most dominant teams in this competition, I'd give us a chance against near enough anyone. Do you know what I mean? Like I would really
relegation battle at the minute.
No, but that's now. I'm talking about when we beat them. And they, you know what I mean? So I think they'd won it the previous season and they'd just dropped down from the Champions League.
I don't know.
So I fact,
Lawless, can you at least accept that Villa are going to get further than West Ham in Europe?
Well, they've got to get past Ajax, who Billy have just bigged up as, Champions League level team, haven't they? So, look,
In stature.
and that's what he'll do. He's already prepping himself for a loss here, because if they lose, he'll go, "Oh, but it's Ajax, and you didn't face anyone like Ajax."
Look,
And
if we lose, I'd have had a fantastic away day at one of the biggest clubs in the world. So
your team would have bottled it massively, and I never want to hear any disrespect coming out of anyone's mouth ever again. Yeah,
Lawless hates Villa, man. Lawless always has hated Villa. I don't know why.
No,
I tell you what, a John McGinn winner at
Billy.
the London Stadium would be fucking icing on the cake.
When do you guys play?
Billy's
Next week.
Billy's made his team relevant. You see, I never hated Villa until so he's made his team relevant. But yeah, so look, don't count us out.
I can't wait for you two to play each other, man. That in a couple of weeks, that's gonna be class.
It's going to be interesting. Like I said, Bowen is obviously he was playing with an injury. He's back on form. Got a hat trick the other week. Yeah, man. Kudos, Paqueta. Now he's got enough. Maybe he's going to play extra hard. Maybe he's going to play for his move. But that only benefits us because it spurs us on. We just have to sort out that defense, man. That's what worries me. But Areola, God bless that man. I called it from early when we signed him.
He's been quality this year, man. This whole season, he's been good, man.
Yeah, he's been.
I don't know why Fabianski played last year. I don't get it.
Moyes and his slow burn fucking tactics. I love Fabianski.
He's been quality, man.
Come on, man.
Your defense has been a bit leaky though, man. Like Zuma and Aguerd, for me, like they ain't been up to it, man. I don't.
Zuma's legs have gone, unfortunately. But
yeah, they have, man.
But at the same time, like I said, we didn't win a game. We hadn't won a game for 2 months, right? And we're still 7th. We didn't win a game for 2 months. So we've had a lot of players out. So now we've got players out. Who knows what we can do?
I told you, man. When I text you, people around you, they're crap. The teams around you are absolutely woeful. Man United, Brighton, they're just losing ridiculous. I mean, obviously Man United at City, but before that, they're losing ridiculous games. Brighton, I mean, what's happening with them? Newcastle as well, just picking it up now, but they've had a shocking run. They've now got their players back. They could aim. To be honest, they can aim for top 6, in my opinion, Newcastle. But like the others, well, they got the players though, haven't they? They proved last season they get 4th. They got one game.
Let's see, because they've got Chelsea away, right? Yeah, they should win that. But Chelsea are weird, man. They'll pop up with one of these results.
They don't even get the top half. They're terrible. What Chelsea?
Yeah, but they'll pop up with that one of these wins. So yeah, man. Let's see. Well, obviously key game is us versus Newcastle. That's
if you beat. I'll tell you what. If you beat Newcastle, you'll finish above them, I reckon, because that'll put you. That'll give you a little gap.
I think a point would be huge for us. I think a point would be good.
It's a tough place to go, man. It's a hard place to go. That is St James Park.
Let's see, man. So do you know what I mean? Like I said, so we'll see. And then Moyes, look, we'll see what he can do if he wants this new contract. He's got to earn it, man. He's got to earn it. He's got to prove it. If he wins that, if he wins that Europa League, mate, I'm Moyes for life. I'm David Moyes for life.
If he does what?
If he wins that Europa League, I'm Moyes for life. Moyes in for life.
I've told you, I think you've got a chance. I think if you can keep your players fit, I think you've got a chance of winning that tournament.
LB loves West Ham, man.
Let's just wait all over again.
Back at the FA Cup final, we took a Liverpool side that had just won the Champions League to the very limit, come within seconds from winning it.
What's that got to do with what they're going to do now?
Because anything can happen in the cup final.
Pops, on the day, West Ham have a great start at 11, and on the day, if stuff goes their way, they could beat Liverpool in a final in a one-off game if they had a full fit squad and they got.
They got to avoid Liverpool and Leverkusen to get to that final, man. I don't know if they're going to do that.
Well, maybe.
So you're banking on the draw.
Yeah, I am. I'm banking on the draw. If you avoid Liverpool and Bayern Leverkusen, then you could fluke your way to the final like you did last year, get Larnaca and teams like that. But this time, I don't know if you'll do that, bro.
How can you bank on a draw that's just random when it's supposed to be random?
I don't think you'll avoid Liverpool or Bayern Leverkusen to the final.
Wait, a quarter-final, So wait a minute. Quarter-final is made up of 8 teams, right?
Yeah.
So 2 of those teams, if we get through, obviously, and then Leverkusen and Liverpool get through, let's say. So right? 2 teams apart from us, right? We're 3. That's 5 other teams. Statistically, odds are more in favor of us avoiding them than getting them, right? Mathematically, statistically speaking.
This is if you get to the final, I'm saying. LB just said in a final, you've got one-off game, anything can happen. Totally agree. You've got to get to that final. And I don't think you'll get there avoiding the likes. I think you have to avoid Liverpool and Leverkusen. I don't even know who else is in it. There might even be another team you might struggle
Brighton's
against.
in it, but they're not. Nothing to write home about this season, are they?
Milan are in it.
Yeah,
Roma are in it.
AC Milan.
Roma, if they get past
Roma,
if they get past
AC
Brighton.
Milan. That's what I'm saying, man. I think there's too many big teams in this one. I don't think West Ham can beat Larnaca and Fiorentina on their day, but I don't think they can beat
Pots.
Milan.
They
Nah,
beat fucking Sevilla and Lyon.
You're being disrespectful, bro. You're being disrespectful.
I'm not being
Pots.
disrespectful, LB.
You are, man.
They aren't good enough, mate. They aren't good enough.
This has got European pedigree, yeah? West Ham.
LB's trolling. He loves it.
We're
loves
one
West
of
Ham.
the teams you have to worry about. You need to be looking at it and going, oh, no, you want to avoid West Ham. You can't sit there and talk about Roma. You can't sit there and talk about fucking AC Milan.
I'm going to. AC Milan or Roma, people are going to want to try and avoid them ahead of West Ham, bro.
You're going on reputation.
Yeah, the way Moyes sets up his team, I actually think suits European football, man. With the two defensive midfielders, the class up top. Honestly, Potts, man. You be careful.
LB, if they don't get to the final, I'm cooking you, bro.
If they win the Europa League, I'll be there, man. I'll be there with Lawless on the front line, yeah. But if we win it, then boom, you're getting cooked, mate.
All right, wait. All right, Billy. If they don't get to the final, I need a witness that these two are getting absolutely destroyed. If not, West Ham do not get to the final because apparently
I'll be there with you.
Liverpool the next round. Oh, is it? Oh,
now it's the draw.
Lawless, what are you saying, man? I'm backing you in that. Why are you doing this? Get your chest out.
I'd rather get them in the final because I have more. We ain't got to have all that Anfield bollocks to deal with.
Yeah. Where is the final? Where is the final?
Would you rather draw AC Milan or West
Ham?
Yeah.
Who would I rather draw?
Would you rather draw AC Milan or West Ham?
I mean, for the away day, I would rather draw AC Milan. And
but in terms of going through the fixture.
But if you're looking at going through, it'd have to be West Ham, surely.
Yeah, facts. All right, cool. We'll leave it at that. All right, let's wrap up because I need to go watch the game. Predictions for tonight's game. I've gone 3-0 Arsenal. LB, what are you saying?
6-0.
Jesus, Billy.
I'll go in the middle, 5-0.
Lawless.
1-0 Sheffield United.
Hey, you know what? What was that game when I predicted a draw and you lost? Was it Porto? I'm going to predict a draw. I'm going to say 1-1. No, do you know what? You should do this. Like, you should win it. But you never... This is just one of them games, right?
It's not.
What was trending today was pray for Sheffield United. If ever there was a time where you deserve to get slapped up and your fans humbled, this tonight. So... Let's see. Pray for Arsenal.
I don't know if you've seen this guy on Twitter who does like mad predictions. He's like Mystic Meg, and he's getting a lot right. And this is what he said about this game.
I think we're either going to win, draw, or lose. That's the prediction.
What? That sounds like Billy. That sounds like Billy. Like.
I think we're either going to win, draw, or lose. That's the prediction.
That's Billy.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
You can't get it wrong if you do that. You can't get it wrong. I'll tell you. Anyway, listen, we're getting out of here, people. Make sure you do me a favor. Make sure you like and subscribe to this. We're getting very close to 17k on our next target is 20. Make sure you go follow AV Billy and Total Screamers. Make sure you go follow at the Lawless and West Ham Fan TV and It's LB and More LB. There's 2 channels you've got now. It's like mad LB. I can't. But you're going to have more LB. Are you going to have soon? Like, is that going to be your third channel? So make sure you do that, please, people. Make sure you go check out Football Prizes and do me a favor. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to call him out. Actually, behind me. What way? That way is the canvas on my wall. If you would like one of them, then LB's gone.
He went. Now we can't see
had enough. Now. He's like, do you know what? I had enough. I'm getting out of here.
He screwed you over now.
Make sure you go to the link in the description. Russell Hogg Photography sorted Lawless out a very, very nice present as well, which is very, very happy about as well. So make sure you get in touch with him. He'll do you some great merch. We're out of here, people. See you next time. Peace.